Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly, also known as Roro and Kate, and today we're going to talk about some new patterns that were released between June and September 2025. So I did this a couple of months ago and I've done it a couple of months before that as well, and I try to pick out patterns that not everybody's been talking about. Now obviously I don't know everything that everyone's talking about, so some of these you may have seen, you may not have, but I do try to go for things that designers I've not heard of, or I don't know, just things that I haven't seen kicking around all over Instagram and all over YouTube and things like that. I do have stipulations. If you haven't watched my videos before, they must be size inclusive, otherwise I will not include them. So they have to be size inclusive, and that's pretty much it. That's all I ask. Make it size inclusive. So without further ado, because I have 21 patterns to talk to you about today, we're going to get cracking, and we're going to start with the jumpers. So with it being June to September, you tend to get things so that you're getting ready for like autumn and winter. So these are like a little bit warmer than the last ones that I was showing you. There's no tees in here. I have literally gone for jumpers, cardigans, hats, socks, shawls. So shawls. If bit of housekeeping, I do have a new kitten and he's playing with my teenage cat, and they can be rather noisy sometimes. My mic is pretty good. Say hello, Mike. He is pretty good at cutting out background noise, but every now and again, when they're extremely rowdy, it gets picked up. So I'm gonna have a quick slurp of coffee and then we're gonna get going. Okay, now the last time I did this, I didn't record my screen. So I totally forgot. So I am going to record my screen right now before I do that again, because that was not fun. Okay, so the first jumper we're going to show you is the Forget Me Not jumper by Florence Miller. Now, I kind of find this cute because it's upside down. Kind of, like those flowers look upside down to me, so it's like you're holding the bunch. I don't know if you can see because I'm cut out, but do you know, oh, I zoomed right in. But do you see what I mean? But I do kind of like it. It's cute. And yeah, I think, see, when I first saw that, I thought it was on a sleeve, but it's not. It's just that the neck is folded over. And she does have a different colour as well that you can see. But I do think that's kind of sweet. I mean, are they upside? Well, yeah, they are upside down, aren't they? Because the leaves go up. But I don't know. I just liked it. I like this one. I like this one a lot. And she also has the schematic on there so you can see your measurements and everything a little bit better, just at a glance before you buy the pattern, which I always think is a good thing to add. So this is Forget Me Not jumper by Florence Miller, as I've already said. It is £6.50 and it says, hang on, does it? That's sizing notes. Sizes H to I are untested, as I was unable to find test knitters. If you're interested in knitting these sizes, please send me an email. I'll happily send you the pattern for free and buy you a pattern of your choice from any other design in return for some feedback. So that's lovely that she's put that. It's only two sizes, H and I. It is hard to get some of these bigger sizes tested. I do have issues sometimes when I'm doing mine, so I totally get that, and it's a really good idea to add that in. So there's no like romance text on this or anything about her inspiration or anything like that, which I don't think there really needs to be honest. Like sometimes you just see a pattern and you go, that would look nice as a jumper, and then you do it. You don't always get like a massive inspiration from anything. And the sizing, now it's only in centimetres, so it's 90 centimetres to 170 centimetres is the finished bust measurement. Bust measurement. So that is, so 90 centimetres, no, is 35.5 inches. And then 170 is basically 67 inches. She doesn't actually mention ease on this. And obviously the top end is really lovely and size inclusive. 67, did I say 67 inches? That's amazing. However, 35, not so amazing, but it does look like it has a fair amount of ease on it. Sorry, my dog started barking. Someone came to the door. So I'm being polluted by animals this morning. You have no idea. Yes, so doesn't mention ease in there, but like I say, it does look like it's got relatively a good couple of inches of ease there. You can see here. There's a good bit of ease there. So I don't think it is that bad. I think it's pretty much fully size inclusive. Like I say, it is in DK. She also hasn't said what she has used. It's just suggested yarn and it's left blank. She just say down here, light coloured sample is knitted in DK weight non-superwash wool from Fibre Workshop, and other DK weight options that could work well for this jumper include Icica Jensen, Sanders Garn, Pia Gint, I don't know, and Drops Daisy. There you go. However you want to say that. Gint. I don't know. We will have problems with words today. So there we go. Forget Me Not jumper. It's cute. Next up, we have Tea Time by Megan Babin. And this is a lovely cropped cables and 4 cables there. And actual cables there. I think it's really pretty. The photography is a little bit, I think she was far away. It's not very crisp. Oops, I've switched that off altogether. That's not what I meant. Here is someone else who's knitted it, and they've done a short sleeve version. The photos are a little bit up and down on this. I think it's really lovely. I like the cut of it, and I think you would be able to extend it if you could. I think she's extended it a little bit more, and it wouldn't be a problem to make that longer if you are not a cropped person. I'm not a cropped person, but I do think this is lovely. Oh, maybe she's done it longer. It's hard to tell. It does depend on your chest size as well, because sometimes if you've got a bigger chest, then it's going to lift it up more. So it's hard to tell. But it's got this lovely like Celtic knot down the back, and then these simple cables and the eyelets. I just think it's really pretty, and yeah, ideal for autumn to throw over a dress or something. I think that's really nice. So this is by Megan Babin, who I've never heard of before. It is $11 US, which is about £8.54, which is on the steep side for a pattern, I think anyway. I think that's on the steep side. It is in a sport weight, which is 5 ply, and they've used De Rerum Natura Candide. I do not know, but this is a wool cotton blend. So 70% wool and 30% cotton, 70% merino wool. Now, it says, inspired by the soothing afternoon ritual, Tea Time is a versatile lacy pullover made with 2 sleeve options, long sleeve and t-shirt, for your climate and comfort preference, which is ideal because, yes, I'm going into winter now and it's going to be bloomin' cold. Not as cold as some places, but we want the long sleeves. And then I know people who are in like, I don't know, like the New Orleans area. I know I know a lady in New Orleans, and I'm sure she's watching. Hello. And it's never cold there. It's always warm. So she wants the tees and she'd want the cotton. So it's ideal for that sort of thing. This little sweater began as a deep dive into my favourite new wool/cotton blend, Candide by De Rerum Natura. I have no idea if I'm saying that correct. I am not. The soft, slightly tweedy, always elegant Candide created fabric ideal for those of us who love breathable layer for mild days on the coast. This modified drop shoulder top is worked flat from the bottom up using German short roll shaping at the shoulder and joining and joined using a 3 needle bind off. Depending on which version you're making, the long sleeves are either seamed to the armhole and the sides and the underarm seamed, or the 2x2 t-shirt sleeves rib is picked up the armhole and worked down in the round. Whew, that was tricky to read, I don't know why. It's intermediate to advanced, and the sizes are 37.5 inch up to a 69.5 inch, and it is shown, no, it's worn with a 4-inch positive ease. So the centimetres are all there as well. It's 94 centimetres to 174 centimetres, a 10 centimetre positive ease. So that does make it pretty size inclusive. That drops it down to a 33.5 inch bust up to a 65.5 inch bust. I'm testing my maths. I could be wrong. My brain is rather mushy today. Yeah, I just think it's really pretty. And it's definitely size inclusive. But yes, it is bottom up and it is flat. Which, sorry, I had a kitten jump on my knee. Full claws. I nearly spilt my coffee, Mike. Yes, sorry. Yes, it is knitted flat and it is seamed, which, in all fairness, I don't like doing that, okay? I don't like knitting flat. I really hate seaming. But it does make for a better sweater construction in its stability. It won't twist out of shape or anything like that. It does make a better jumper. It's just for ease, we all like to knit in the round these days. Because none of us like seaming. If you do, you're definitely in the minority. I've got to say, you are. Right, next up we have the spinner's vest. This is by Wench rolled. I don't know if that is correct. It is 63 Norwegian krona, I think, and it's about £4.98 UK pounds. I nearly said US dollars. It is not. I do not know the US dollars. It will only translate it to UK pounds for me. So this is, I love this. It is a colourwork vest. And I just think it's beautiful. It's just so, I don't know. I think the colours she's chose really help. But that could be in so many beautiful colours. She does have a different one here in pinks and greens and cream. And then she's obviously swapped. No, is that the pink and green? I don't actually know. But yeah, I just think it's really pretty. She also has the schematic up. And there's 2 schematics. I think, one's in English and the other one is in Norwegian, I assume, if her currency is Norwegian. Yeah. I just think that's really lovely, and it would be so lovely over a shirt with some trousers and everything. And I definitely want to add it to my massive to-do knit list. To knit list. Whatever, I want to add it to that. So it's in 4-ply, which is finger and weight, and she has used these 3 yarns, which I am not attempting. I'm not going there. So this is this one. It just says wool plied, so it must be 100% wool, I assume. And then she has used this one again, not going there. Oh, it's ask. I can say that. And this is 100% wool. And then Finnel, and this is also 100% wool. So I'm pretty sure if you don't have access to these Norwegian wools, like a Jameson 4-ply would do the job perfectly. So we have access to 5XL, and let me just skip to the English down here. A vest is without doubt one of the most versatile garments, and the spinner's vest is no exception. It is just the right amount of warmth, wearable most of the year, decorative, a little cool and quite stylish. It doesn't take forever to knit, and it invites exciting colour combinations. Choose subtle, classic, colourful, or maybe go for crazy style. The photos in this pattern show 2 different colourways, natural ochre brown and light yellow, moss green and pink. On the last page you'll find more colour suggestions. The name, the Spinner's Vest, comes from the fact that the design was... Is it Spinner's? I think it's Spinners, isn't it? She's just put a double E in there by accident. Comes from the fact that the design was created in advance of a knitting event at this place. I'm sorry, any Norwegians watching, I can't do that. A working museum and spinning mill in Mandal, Norway. So we do have access to 5XL, and it comes from a 31.5 inch up to a 61 inch or 80 centimetres to 155 centimetres. It also gives the length from shoulder to neckline. From hem to shoulder at the neckline. So hem to shoulder here. And does she mention ease? Because I don't remember if I saw it or not. That's Norwegian. No, there's no ease mentioned. But 31.5 to 61 is pretty good for size inclusivity. You have your yardage listed here as well in all the separate colours. And yeah, I just think beautiful. Really, really lovely. So that is the Spinner's Vest by Wench Rolled. I have no idea if I'm saying her name correctly or his name correctly, and I do apologise. Knit Nettie's Designs, that's a little bit easier for me. Next we have Imelda by Evelyn Ciatra, I believe. So this was released in August 2025, and you can get this, but you have to go to the biscotti.org website, and it's $5 Canadian. It comes in English and French as well, which is good. So this is like an all over drop shoulder. I think that's drop shoulder. Yes, there's the seam. There's the seam there. You see the pattern change direction. So the seam is here. So this is a drop shoulder, all over lace. And I just think it's really pretty. Yeah, so it will be quite boxy because this lace, you're not going to be doing much shaping in that lace. I did think that was plain sleeves for a second, but it's just because the camera's blurred the sleeves out. But it's not, and it is there. You can see the seam a lot better there. I just think it's really pretty. I say that all the time, don't I? It's really pretty. So, so this says, this piece is worked with a beautiful all-over lace stitch pattern, creating timeless sweater that can be worn all year round. The garment is designed with a loose, relaxed fit, crew neck and modified drop shoulder sleeves. The hems are worked in double ribbon. The sweater is worked flat in pieces from the bottom up and sewn together. That's 2 flat sweaters today. I do apologise. I do need to read more. I keep saying this. I kind of research, but I don't read too far into it. I make sure it's size inclusive, and then I'm going, oh yeah, that's nice. I should read them more. But I know there's some of you out there that love working flat, and it does make a better construction, like I said before. So she has used Patrick Knits Mercia, which I've never heard of before, but it's a 50% wool merino and 50% wool rambouillet. I don't know if I said that right either. Just let me be. Just let me crack on pronouncing all the words wrong. So this is to fit bust 71 to 76 centimetres up to 152 to 157.5 centimetres, which is a 28 to 30 inch chest up to a 60 to 62 inch chest. And then it's got the finished bust circumference, which is 86 centimetres to 167 centimetres, or 33 3/4 inches up to 65 3/4 inches. So very size inclusive. Sample shown is size M, which is the 42 inch bust, and it's worn with 15 centimetres or 6 inches of ease. So you do have to go outside of Ravelry to get this. to this website here, and then I'm getting a pop-up, and you just want knit and pattern only, or obviously there's kits you can get, which is amazing. And then, yeah, and tells you what the kit includes and everything like that. So that is an option if that's what you were fancying. You can see the seam down that side there, which I'd missed before. So that is a Melda. And I think it's lovely. Now we're going crochet. That's all our knitted jumpers. So we're going crochet, and we've got this that just jumped out at me. Now I know Nomad Stitches is not an unknown designer. I know she's quite well known, but I saw that and I was like, wow. I am very new to crochet though, so some crochet blows my mind more than it probably should for the average crocheter, but I just get amazed by some of the things you can actually do with crochet. So this is the Mosaic Jumper Light by Nomad Stitches, and this is a colourwork jumper with long sleeves, and I think what a stash buster this would be. I just think it's really lovely and unusual, and the fact that it's crochet just blows my mind a bit. It's lovely. You can see the seam and everything, but it's mosaic, so it's impossible not to see the seam, I don't think. So yeah, I don't think there's any other versions on this. It's all her version. But very, very pretty. And what a great stash buster that would be. So this was released this month, September 2025. And she hasn't got her suggested yarn, but probably because it's massively scrappy. It is in US terminology, and it comes in at £9, which again is very slightly on the steep side. There is 2 patterns in an ebook that it's in, which is the kids version. And that's for £13 if you get the ebook with the both patterns. It said this pattern is also available on Playful. Membership includes 1 credit every month, which can be exchanged for the pattern of your choice. You will also gain access to monthly live classes and events, on-demand classes and tutorials, library on the go and project tracking tools. Join our global community now. Never heard of Playful, but that's interesting. The Mosaic Jumper Light is a celebration of nature at its best. It's inspired by flower meadows that lay dormant in winter only to burst out in colour with the arrival of spring, with all of the colours and fun mosaic graphics. It's the perfect garment to use up yarn in your stash and to experiment and have lots of fun with colour. It's a round yoke pullover with short rows at the back for a perfectly comfortable fit. It can be cropped or full length and has loose sleeves that puff slightly at the bottom. And then the sister patterns. So there's the sport weight one, the mini, which is the kids one, and the cardi. So there's also a cardi for it. And then there's a lookbook to find out more about the different versions and samples of the Mosaic jumper. So that will be like her tester versions, I would assume. I did this before and it wouldn't load. Oh, here we go. Right, so that's obviously hers, the OG. And then we have sample 2 and sizes and measurements. Oh, okay, so it's not like, it's just a bit more about the pattern, really, I suppose. It's not the tester samples, because it's the same jumper again, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Right, the pattern comes in 10 different sizes. These are the approximate measurements of the finished item. So the bust is 80 centimetres to 171.5 centimetres, which is a 31.5 inch to a 67.5 inch chest. It does have other measurements there, and it says it's to be worn with 3 to 9 centimetre ease or 1 to 3.5 inches of ease, adjustable to taste. So that is pretty good for size inclusivity. You can't ask fairer than that. 31.5 inch to 67.5 inch. You cannot ask for more than that. Yeah, and it's just, it tells you the cropped length, the full length,
The yarn used in the sample was a compilation of many different leftover yarns from other projects, and so the list cannot be included here. Fair enough. You can see it's a scrap buster. It is fingering weight or 4-ply, however. So, I mean, if you're a sock knitter, you have 10,000 fingering weight 4-ply scraps. So there we go. The Mosaic Jumper Light by Nomad Stitches. I do know that they're a little bit of a bigger designer than everybody else, but I just thought it was cute. And the other crochet one I have is a little vest by Lauren Willis, the Cool Valleys vest, which is £3.50 and was released this month. And she's used Paintbox Yarns Simply Chunky, so a nice, cheap and cheerful chunky yarn in loads of colours. You can get Paintbox in so many different colours. I think that's 100% acrylic. Yes, I thought it was. Right. Just so you're aware. Now, this is, her crochet terminology is US and UK. And I didn't show you pictures. So her first picture is a bit odd because you can't really tell what it is. Because she's got the coat on. But then you do see that it is like this little sleevey vest. And sits like this because it's chunky, so it's going to sit, the sleeves are going to like poke out a bit, but I think that'd be lovely and warm in the winter months. And it's cute, and it almost looks like it's knitted. I think the average Joe would not know. That rhymes. They wouldn't though. They would have to, that rhymed again. They would have to really look to see. So yeah. So there we go. This is Cool Valley's vest. So it says it's time to get cozy and feel super cool in the Cool Valley's vest, made from chunky yarn and a 6mm hook. This is the perfect between seasons piece for adding extra warmth to your body without the bulk of sleeves under your jacket. The herringbone stitch pattern is simple to work and adds gorgeous texture to your vest. Don't be intimidated by the reverse stitches. I have a YouTube tutorial to walk you through it step by step. Graded for sizes XS to 5XL with 5 length options for every size. This pattern can be worked with or without a dropped hem. The cozy cowl is super stylish and great for keeping the chill away from your neck when autumn turns to winter. Grab your hook and your yarn and get making. And then it's got the measurements, so XS is 84 centimetres and 5X is 173 centimetres. I'm assuming this is bust size, finish circumference, approx. Yes, so let me just work them out in inches for you. So 85 is 33 inches and 173 is 68 inches. So nicely size inclusive. So there we go, a cute little roll neck vest. That would be so warm, wouldn't it, in the chunky yarn as well. So now we're going to move on to cardigans. I don't have as many cardigans as I did jumpers. But the first one is the Acacia leaf cardigan, I think, by Sedna Yang. This was released in July 2025 and it comes in at $7 which is approximately £5.43. She has used Holst Garn Super Soft, which is light fingering 3-ply in 50% wool merino and 50% wool Shetland. So this is just a really pretty colour work cardigan, and I think if you're brave enough to do the colour work, like, that's turning heads, isn't it? It's absolutely stunning. I don't know why the pictures are low down. It's got this lovely, lovely leaf all over it, and it's just really, really pretty. And then we also have the schematic at the bottom. Knitted in fingering 3-ply. Did I say about the price? $7, £5.43. I think I did. Okay, so inspired by the lush greenery of early summer, this design captured the shape of Acacia leaves through stranded colour work. The red charms at the end of the branches and you add unique accents to the pattern. I should have picked a day where I was able to read. The Acacia leaf cardigan is knit from the top down, featuring a round yoke and a steek. Ooh. This design is easy to knit by working in a circular yoke, except for the beginning, then steeking in the centre. So I think the beginning it would be worked flat to bring the back of the neck up. You can easily adjust the length by vertically repeating the pattern. You need to knit at least 5 to 10 centimetres larger than your bust to get the perfect fit that the pattern aims for. The sleeves have a slim fit, so please make sure to check your measurements carefully. If the shoulders are broader than average, if your shoulders are broader than average, you may need to knit a few extra rounds of the yoke. I hope you enjoy knitting it, which captures those fresh green leaves. So it's an intermediate skill level. Recommended for knitters who have experience in charted patterns and colour and stranded colour work and crocheting. Oh, crocheting. This pattern, that'll be for the steeking edge, I suppose. This project uses stranded colour work with 2 or 3 colours and steeking. Two-handed knitting is suggested. Two-handed knitting is suggested. Is there one-handed knitters out there? I'm confused. Maybe it's just me. So it comes in 8 sizes, which is XS to 4XL. And the bust measurements is 69 to 149. So I'm going to pop this in to the calculator again. So that's a 27 inch to a 58.5 inch. So not as inclusive as usual in the top end. And does it mention the ease? No, it doesn't mention ease. I'm hoping it's not too bad because it does look relatively fitted on her. It doesn't look like it's got a huge amount of ease. It says about slim fit in the sleeves and everything. So I think there, you need to knit at least 5 to 10 centimetres larger than your bust. So if that is a 58-inch bust, you're looking at 56.5-inch chest it goes up to. So it's very size inclusive for the bottom end, but the top end not as, but it's still okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. So that is the Acacia leaf cardigan by Sedna Yang. I could be saying that completely wrong. And the next one is the Tara cardi by Nativo. Now, I did message Niti because I was concerned about getting the pronunciation right. We haven't talked for quite a while. I did a test knit for her and we got chatty, and I haven't talked to her for a while, but I knew that I was going to talk about this one, and I was like, how do I say this? So she did record it for me. So hopefully I've done it right. But it is the Tara cardi. And this was released this month in September 2025, and it's $8 which comes in at about £6.21. Now, she's got a list of different yarns that are suggested. The first one is Knitting for Olive Merino, and that is 100% merino. It's in light fingering, which is 3 pi. She's also suggested Brooklyn Tweed Peary, but it has been discontinued. That's a 4-ply fingering, 100% merino, but it has been discontinued. She's also put Art Wool ADR Lanus, which is 50% merino and 50% acrylic, which is a 4-ply. And finally, she's got Lana Grosses, Mealwen. Oh, I don't know that one. It's 55% merino, 25% nylon, and 20% silk. So I don't know if she says which one she used exactly, but I think this is a very pretty cardi. So it's got this lovely like transitioning, like cabling going up, and it's lovely. It's all in the back as well, and you can see it better there. Like just it starts really heavy and gets lighter and lighter and lighter until you get these little ones. I think it's really lovely. Just wearing it open there. It's got a nice little bit of ease to it. So there we go. Now, she's put this textured cardi is worked flat and from the bottom up. Twisted stitches play a part throughout the body of the sweater and on the cuffs of the sleeves. The shoulders are joined using a 3-needle bind off. Stitches are picked up around the armholes to work the sleeves in the round. Finally, stitches are picked up around the fronts of the sweater to make a button band. Sample shown here is size 1 with a finished chest measurement of 36.5 inches, which is 92.75 centimetres, modelled on a 34-inch, 86.25 centimetre chest. So there's 9 sizes and they start at the 36.5 inches and it goes up to 71 inches, which is 92.5 centimetres to 180.5 centimetres to be worn with positive ease. So she hasn't said what the positive ease is. I'm assuming you can pick it yourself really, with it being a cardigan. But if she's got a 1.5 inch, she's got a 2.5 inch positive ease in the one that she's wearing. She's used the Peary by Brooklyn tweed worsted spun, which is obviously it's on there, but now it's been discontinued, which is probably why she's put 3 other yarns that you could use instead. And she just mentions stitch markers that you need and everything else. It is really, really a beautiful cardigan, and especially if you like a bit of something to do. So it'd be worked bottom up as well. So if you're wanting a bit of something to do and you don't just want a plain knit cardigan, it's really pretty, it's lovely. So there we go. That is the Tara Cardi by Niti Cancel, or Niti Knits. Right, and next we've got the Nativo Cardigan DK edition, and this is crochet. We have 2 crochet cardigans coming up. This is by Stephanie Tejidos. I don't know. I'm sorry, Stephanie. And it was released in August 2025. It comes in at $8 US, which is about £7.76. And it is a DK cardigan. So this is just... I'm sorry, I have a kitten wanting to sit on my knee. Say hello to the camera first. Say hello. 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 Right, sit on my knee then, go to sleep. Right. So this is just like a striped cardigan with different crochet bits. I think I've got some, is that pom-pommy bubble things there, and you've got some eyelets and stuff there. I just think it would be an interesting make because you're not doing the same thing over and over again. It doesn't have buttons on it or anything. It's just an open cardigan. But I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't put buttons on it, does it? So there we go. Something a little bit different. You could use scraps as well. So this says an engaging texture where colour works all the magic. In this new design, I return to the essence of Nativo's texture to create a loose, comfortable and versatile cardigan. This new version, made with DK weight yarn, features a shoulder slope that gives it a better drape and fit. It's very fun, fast and addictive project to crochet with. A texture that doesn't go unnoticed. Beautiful and perfect for any occasion. The entire pattern is accompanied by supporting video tutorials that will help you with the project. The tutorial videos are in Spanish, but you can turn on the subtitles. So it's an intermediate. It says the videos make it suitable for beginners, and it's 9 sizes, XS to 5XL, and in centimetres that is 98 to 158 centimetres, and in inches that's 38.6 inches up to 62.2 inches. Cardigan is worked flat in panels bottom up. I've done well picking the flats this week. I mean, it is a cardigan, so it would be flat, wouldn't it? So there we go. That is the Nativo cardigan DK edition by Stephanie. If she's Spanish, Tejidos, isn't it? Tejidos. Right, and my last crochet cardigan is the Sheepestry cardigan by Hailey Bailey. And this was released in August 2025. I love this. It's DK. It comes in at $8.50, which is about £6.60. And it just has this amazing... I think that's a ram. I don't think it's a sheep. It looks like a ram to me, with lovely flowery pockets. And all these flowers and the sheep on the back, or the ram. I just think that's lovely. It would take me forever, but I just think it's amazing. Now she does have, she's got the schematic there, which is cute. I like this. And then she also has tester versions. So there's this one. And then this lady's done a grey one with short sleeves. There is a pink one here. Oh, there's a baby one, I think. Some works in progress ones. Tricky, but I think it would be good. And then this last one. Gorgeous. So there we go. Sheepestry cardigan. I told you the price. So it's DK. She has used Ritual Dyes Priestess, which is 100% merino. Or Made by Hailey Bailey Classic DK, which is 100% merino. It says, inspired by antique floral tapestries, a motif of bright blossoms surrounding a sweet sheep turns the back of this cardigan into a wearable work of art. Poppy patches pockets serve double purpose to bring a colourful accent to the front of this sweater and to serve as a gauge swatch to help beginners practice tapestry crochet colour work. So this tells you the tools and the hooks and things you need. Different hooks for different sizes by the looks of that. Size G 4mm, size H 5mm. I don't understand, but does it tell me the sizes? It must do. Yes. So it's got 4 sizes. It goes from a 32 to 38 inch and then a 55 to 62 inch, which is 81.3 to 96.5 centimetres and 139.7 to 157.5 centimetres. It's got an oversized fit of 10 to 12 inches and 25.4 to 30.5 centimetres of positive ease. So it's a bit of a funny one, this one, because if you're doing a 10 inch positive ease, then it's a 52 inch is the highest. But its measurements are up to 62 inch and you don't have to have that amount of ease. It's up to you. But yeah, it does say this pattern is written to be fully customizable to your own measurements, with additional instructions included to adjust the size of your garment though. And it says, since my patterns are made to measure, you can customise the yarn weight and hook size used. If customising your work does not need to match gauge, since you are working each piece to decide measurements, blah, blah, blah. So you can mess about and there must be some sort of instruction in the pattern to be able to do that and make it your own and make it fit you. So that is the Sheepestry cardigan by Hailey Bailey. And if you make one of them, you need to tell me, because you're outstanding as a crocheter. Next up, we're going to go to the shawls. And the first one we've got is Holy Moly by Natalia Mariva. And this is a knitted shawl, and it is a 4-ply finger and weight shawl. Why can't I buy it? Oh, we can buy it. We have to go off site to buy it. So this is Holy Moly. which I think would be a great advent pattern as well. And you can see all the eyelets here. Did I? Oh, I did click that. Beautiful. Very pretty. Now, I'm sure I read somewhere. This takes up to 1,000 metres, and I'm sure, yes, I did read that. So it says, Holy Moly is designed to use one full 250 gram, 1,000 metre skein of finger and weight gradient yarn, like yarn art flowers or similar. Turn your gradient yarn into a stunning airy shawl. So she did use yarn art flowers, which is just, basically it's a whirl. So that's what she's used, 55% cotton, 45% acrylic. And that is what this is designed to do. So it will go until you run out of your 1,000 metre whirl. The design features 3 distinct tiers of easy lace. Each section begins with a subtle sprinkle of holes that builds in intensity by the end of each tier. The result is a lightweight, elegant shawl that showcases the beautiful colour transitions of your yarn. So there we have it. That is Holy Moly. You can... Is it this that you need to click to get to it? Yes. So this is where you get the pattern from. So there you go. I mean, there's nothing else on that website, so that's a bit weird, but... And my next shawl is the Yin Yan shawl by Acacia. I can't do that. I'm sorry, Acacia. I don't even know where to start. But it's €7 or approximately £6.38. This is a worsted 10-ply weight shawl. It comes in one size and it's for 924 metres. So this is just a beautiful, it's kind of like a scarf type shawl. It's just one long wrap. And it's just such beautiful cabling, and it's also reversible. I just think that it would be pretty interesting to make as well. And I love this side. That's my favourite side. She doesn't have any tester pictures or anything, but it's beautiful. And it says, the Yin Yan shawl is a soft, squishy rectangular wrap measuring 50 by 190 centimetres. I'm just going to, oh, she's translated it into inches. That's 19 by 75 inches. It's designed in luxurious worsted weight merino wool. Its beauty lies in its fully reversible design, where each side reveals a completely different character. One rich with flowing cables, the other a modern textured pattern. The stitchwork combines simple 2-stitch cables with knit and purl stitches, making it a relaxing yet engaging project for adventurous beginners as well as seasoned knitters. Elegant, versatile and warm, this shawl is perfect for wrapping yourself in comfort while showcasing 2 stunning looks in one piece. So did I click on her yarn? Oh, she's used Malabrigo Rios, which is beautiful yarn. It's really beautiful yarn. That's 100% merino, but you could use any beautiful or not beautiful, if that's what the fit takes you. Worsted weight yarn. So there we go, or Aran weight if you're in the UK, because worsted weight can be a bit of a nightmare for us to get hold of. So you could go with Aran weight. It would be just as good. Right, we are now going to the crochet shawls. And the first one is Archer's Shawl by Annelise Megard, or Little Green Dragon Knits. This was released in July 2025 and it is in US terminology. So, yeah, it's quite a short shawl. I don't know whether it's a one skein I think this, I don't know, it possibly is a one skein shawl, but then it's crochet, and crochet really guzzles your yarn, doesn't it? So I'm not 100%, I'll see what it says in the measurements in a bit. But it's just a beautiful, really drapey, lacy shawl. I love the edging. And she does have the couple of versions. She doesn't have tester versions up that I can see. Oh, hang on. That's stunning there. I love all that. This might be a tester version. Ah, that looks like a tester version. And this possibly too. So, she's used Wild Atlantic Yarns Neve in 4-ply. It's no picture, but it's 50% wool and 50% silk. It is a fingering weight 4-ply. So it's 75 Swedish krona, I believe that is, and £6.25 UK. It says difficulty medium, both complete charts and row by row written pattern. Row by row written pattern given with stitch counts where relative. US crochet terms used. Shown in colourway Fire Rose. 2 skeins needed for size as shown. 688 metres, 752 yards were used. So it's top down, and it's got optional beading as well. And then there's a video linked here, which I didn't know you could do that. So I don't know what's going on in the video. Is it just, oh, she's showing you the shawl. There you go. So, yeah, I think I've told you everything, haven't I? US 4.5mm hook, but the US translation isn't there for that, and I cannot tell you, I'm sorry. But yes, that is the Archer's shawl by Annalise Meergard. And then our other crochet shawl, I just think is beautiful, is Camille by Brittany Butterfield. And this is only available on Payhip, and it was released in September 2025, and it's US terminology. She doesn't have the yarn or anything listed there. It says this is a charted pattern. Camille is a long kite-shaped shawl worked from the point up. It features an Art Deco inspired design with a branching pattern in a mesh background that is surprisingly quick to make despite its large size. The sample shown was made with approximately 1,200 yards of lace weight yarn, but it can easily be adjusted to the yarn of your choice. To adjust the size, simply stop crocheting and follow the finishing instructions when the shawl has reached the desired size. Please be aware that this pattern is a charted pattern. There are no stitch by stitch written instructions, and then the link to Payhip to be able to buy it. I haven't showed you the pictures yet, but this is it on Payhip. But we're going to go back to Ravelry and look at the pictures. Sorry, it is $5 US. And I just loved this. A lot of it is to do with the pictures. I love a bit of God Rays. I do love a bit of that. But I think I love how it like branches out. It kind of reminds me of like a tree. Very, very lovely. It is lace weight, but she says you can alter it, so it's not too bad. There is no tester photos for this one. It is literally just hers. But she does have a lot of photos, and it is very, very pretty. It reminds me of a dragon wing. I think that's why I like it so much. It's like veiny like a dragon wing. And she has lots of sunshine in her pictures, and I like that. But yeah, do you see what I mean? Like a big dragon wing. Probably not, but let me be. So there we go. That is Camille by Brittany Butterfield. Beautiful. Right, we're now going to move on to socks. So first up we have the Playful Pop Socks by Tracy Miller. Knit, Sleep, Repeat designs. These were released in July 2025. So these are Playful Pops. They are just striped socks with this little bit of colour work at the top. I do like how hers are odd, like they reverse themselves. So one starts pink and ends up blue, and the other one starts blue and ends up pink. I like that. I don't think that she has a photo of them. Or not, here we go. Because I know a lot of you like to see them actually worn. Now, they're not hers. They're a tester's sock. But there they are worn. And then there's another tester's version who's done shorty, so she hasn't got the double zigzag. There's another pair worn. And some more. He's cool. So yeah, the designer herself doesn't have a picture of her version worn. Yes, she does. I'm lying. There they are. That's her version actually worn, and then her shorty ones. Because I do know from experience people like to see the socks actually worn and not just flat lay. So she has used spin cycle yarns dyed in the wool, which is 100% wool yarn. And she's also used Frankie Grey fibres in fingering. Oh, that looks pretty. And that's 80% wool and 20% nylon. It comes in at $8 Canadian, which is about £4.49 UK. And it says the Playful Pop socks are effortlessly stylish and the most fun to knit. They combine some of my favourite elements, lots of colour, a tiny bit of statement, stranded colour work, tons of fun stripes. Let a colour changing yarn do all the work and eliminate weaving in tons of ends or raid your stash for leftovers. As with all striped projects, these will fly off your needles. I can't wait to see the colours on your Playful Pop pair. There is 5 sizes in this. And you do get a regular length and a shorty. Modifications for the shorty. Work cuff down, heel, flap and gusset construction included, but you can always work your preferred heel instead. The colour motif is charted in 2 colour palettes, light and dark, to best represent your yarns. Video tutorials linked and only a few rounds of colour work, so makes a great pattern for the beginner. And then stash bust using bits of leftover mini skeins, colour changing yarns and self-striping yarns will make super fun and colourful options. Let your creativity bloom. Happy knitting, friends. Thank you to the wonderful test knitter group and Melinda for her tech editing. So, yeah, these are cute. And they do come in 5 different sizes, so you could pretty much accommodate everybody. 7.75 inches up to 25.5 inches. So there we go. That is the Playful Pop socks. Next, we have the Sonia socks by Izzy Kate, and these just remind me of when I used to go to school. I really like them. So they're just this lovely cabled with the frilly cuff. I like the frilly cuff. And these pretty cables going down. Why are my photos low today? It's weird. There is photos of them being worn here and this one as well, but that's all you get for them being worn. So these are Sonia socks by Izzy Kate. They are $5.50 US. I could not figure out how to say that, or £4.27. She has used Emma's yarn Practically Perfect sock, which is an 80-20, 80% merino wool, 20% nylon. And my kitten's going to fall off my knee. And it says the Sonia socks are knitted with finger and weight sock yarn on a 2.5mm needle, which is a US 1.5. This pattern is written as a taupe sock with a split gusset, eye of partridge heel, and a 2.5 rib folded cuff with ruffle accent. The Sonia socks are inspired by the tender resilience of Dostoevsky's Sonia Marmeladova. Oh, I am so sorry I butchered that. A character who bears sorrow with grace and soft beauty. I've no idea who it is. The delicate texture and feminine frills make these socks perfect for curling up in a library with a book and curled beneath a blanket with a new cast on. So you've got sizes of 6.5 inches to 9 inches unstretched. 8 inches to 11 inches stretched. So yeah, they remind me of school socks, but I just really like them. So that's the Sonia socks by Izzy Kate. And our last pair of socks are the autumn socks by Katie Noseworthy, not Court Naseworthy. Katie Noseworthy. These are in 4-ply fingering weight, and they were released in September 2025. I could not think what I had to tell you then. They come in at $5 Canadian or about £2.81, which is really cheap for a pair of socks. Well, not for an actual pair of socks. She's not going to be knitting them and delivering them for £2.81. But she will send you the pattern to do your own. So these are lovely cable sock as well. I do like these. They just look comfy and cosy, relatively long as well, and I love the colour that she's used. It's very autumnal. So you've got this cable up the side, and then it's just like a twisted knit stitch. Actually, I don't think it is twisted now, I've zoomed in. I think it's just knit stitch and pearl. But it's lovely. It's like a waffle. That's what it is. It's a waffle stitch. You can see it there. And yeah, just lovely. They're lovely. They've just literally just come out. So they she used lichen and lace 80/20, which is one I've not heard of, but it's an 80% wool merino and 20% nylon. And it says the seasonal sock collection is a 4-pattern collection comprised solely, of socks and inspired by 4 seasons of the year. Each season explores sock knitting through various techniques, including colours, textures and cables. The autumn socks are slightly slouchy socks to keep you warm as the cool months settle in. Knit from the cuff down, these socks have an all-over waffle stitch pattern accented by 2 horseshoe cables on either side of the front. The plush fabric makes for instant coziness as we welcome the final season of the year. I don't welcome it. I never welcome winter. Anyway, we won't go there. I'm a sunshine girl. So it doesn't say, oh no, it does. There's foot sizes. So we've got an 8-inch up to a 10-inch, which is an 18cm up to a 25.5cm sock. So beautiful. There must be, yes, there's an ebook. So it is $5 Canadian for this one pair of socks, which is £2.81. But the book of 4 of them is $17 No, it's not, Kelly. $17 Canadian, £9.54. And there is 4 patterns in the book. And I think, are all of them out? Yes. So you do have, you've got your spring socks. Lovely. I'm not going to go mad looking at these because, so they were released in April 2025. Summer socks released in June 2025, which are like a jazzy stripy sock. The autumn socks, which we've obviously just talked about, September, and then the winter socks were out in February, and these are a full colour work sock. So there we go. We're talking about the autumn socks. So they were released this month. Beautiful. Right, let's go and look at some hats. So first up, we've got the Feathery hat by this lovely person. I can't. So this is a DK weight hat, and again it's cabley. I've done a lot of cables today. There does seem to be a lot of cables have come out. This was released in August 2025. It is DK, like I said. It's €5, which works out about £4.56, and it comes in small, medium and large. It says, worked bottom up and in the round, this design combines airiness and structure. Delicate chains of cables framed with eyelets weave upwards between arrows of garter ridges to form a pattern that feels like feathers caught in the wind. A twisted stitch ribbed brim anchors the design with crisp stitch definition before giving way to the airy texture above. The crown finishes in a gentle slouch that adds both comfort and style, available in all family sizes from toddler to adult. This hat feels just as at home in the crisp air of fall as it does in a winter stroll. So she's talking about her discount that's automatic there, and then yeah, just yarn. Did I click on the yarn that was used? I don't think I did. She's used Garn Studio Drops Sky, which is like a chained yarn. I don't know. Oh, you're doing this thing again. Can you see that? It's like it's a funny yarn. I've never used it, but it is like chains. And it is 74% alpaca, 18% nylon / polyamide and 8% wool. Yeah, chainette I-cord. It is, yeah, it's a funny one. So that is the feathery hat. I'm not gonna try, but there we go. Next we have the Hummingbird beanie by Naomi Zimmer, and she has a massive collection of bird hats and it's lovely. So this is in worsted weight, which is template, and she's used Malabrigo Rios, which we've already looked at earlier on, which is 100% merino. Beautiful yarn. And this is just stunning. So this is the Hummingbird version. And you will see in a minute, I love the colours she's used. I love that mint and cream and then the pink. I just think that's really lovely. But you'll see now the different ones that she's done. So she's got, I'm not going to try and name these because I can't. I recognise that one. But these are definitely American birds because we don't have hummingbirds here. We don't. Is this a cardinal? We don't have these here in the UK. But they're just because you don't have the birds there doesn't mean you can't knit the hats, does it? They're absolutely stunning, and the hummingbird one is my favourite, but that's also the one that's recently been released. So it is $6.50 US or £5.4 in the UK, and then the ebook has all 5 patterns for $22 US or about £17.7. But this is the ebook with all of them in there. And it says, the Backyard Bird Collection is a vibrant set of 5 beanie designs celebrating some of the most beloved feathered friends from our own backyards. Each pattern pairs cosy worsted weight yarn with detailed duplicate stitch motifs. If you watch me normally, you know how I feel about duplicate stitch, but you know, each to their own. Bringing these treasured birds to life in bold, joyful colour, you'll find the fiery charm of the cardinal beanie, the delicate grace of the hummingbird beanie, the striking brilliance of the Baltimore, I can't say that word, beanie, and the sunny cheer of the goldfinch beanie, and the gentle beauty of the bluebird beanie, each one chosen by knitters as a fan favourite. So it gives you the instructions there, and yeah. So you can buy the full pack or you can just buy them one at a time, whichever one is your favourite. So that's the Hummingbird beanie by Naomi Zimmer. The next one is the Bonfire beanie by the Turtle Trunk, and this is crocheted. So this was released in August 2025. It is in Aran, and it's got baby, child, adult small and adult large sizes, and it's in US terminology. It comes in at $4.50, which is about £3.49, and it's just a lovely simple striped beanie hat, but crocheted. Great stash buster, I reckon, if you're one who has Aran lying around in your stash. And I think it's just a really cute pom-pom hat. She obviously must have a matching scarf too. And it says, there's a free version is also available. Please note this is an ad-free, easy-to-print PDF version of the pattern. You can find the free version on my blog. So you can buy it and have no ads, or you can just get it from her blog, but there will be adverts. The Bonfire beanie is the third crochet pattern of my Bonfire collection. It features a fun textured stripe and a fold over brim. It's perfect for cooler weather. The pattern includes 4 sizes and you can use any colours you'd like. And yeah, I think that is a lovely, lovely simple beanie hat. So that's a Bonfire beanie by the Turtle Trunk. And then our final hat and our final pattern is just in ode to spooky season. And it is the Wizard or Witch hat by Elf Crochet Clothes. And I mean, come on, I want this so bad. It's amazing. This was released in August 2025. It is 100% acrylic. She doesn't list a yarn. I didn't put the yarn for the Bonfire beanie just there, I've just realised, but you could use scraps or anything. Yeah, it comes in at $7 US and is £5.43 UK. It's just fantastic and I really want one for Halloween. I don't know. I just think it's amazing. I don't know how she's got that thing, how it goes. I'm pointing with my finger and you can't see my finger. How it goes like this, whether she's used millinery wire or something to do that. I'm going to have a look and see if it says anything. But even just that on your table at Halloween, I think is amazing. So it says, does it say what weight? Sport. So it's sport weight. And it says a whimsical structured crochet wizard hat with a wide brim and a curled tip, perfect for Halloween costumes, festivals, or adding a magical touch to your everyday look. The brim holds its shape thanks to tight stitches, and the tall pointed crown can be shaped as you like. Oh, okay. One size fits most adults, and it's a sport weight yarn. Yeah, not a lot to it. And I think you have to get it. Oh, no, you can get it on here. It's also got an Etsy listing down the bottom. Yeah, just fantastic. Just a witchy, Halloweeny end to the video. So there we go. That is the collection of patterns that I dug out from June to September. If there's any that you like, let me know below. Tell me what your favourite one is. If you do, drop a comment below and let me know which one was your favourite pattern of all of them. You will be entered into a prize draw to win one of those patterns. I will gift it to you through Ravelry. You will need to watch my podcast to see who gets drawn out of the hat. That's where I draw the prizes, because I know a few people, if you're only watching this kind of video, they don't see the prize draw. So you do need to watch my actual normal podcast to get the prize. I will probably draw that in a couple of weeks, I think, to give you a chance to get watching it. I won't draw it next week. I'll draw it the next time I do a podcast. So it'll be a little while because the MCAL's coming up and I'm going to be vlogging the MCAL. I am a glutton for punishment. But yeah, as soon as there's a podcast in November, that is when this one will be drawn. And one of the comments will be randomly chosen and you will win a pattern of your choice from that selection. So yeah, drop a comment below and let me know which one was your favourite. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps me out and helps my channel grow. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the collection that I put together this time. There is a bundle below for you to go straight to my Ravelry and see them all together. Or you can click on each one individually in the links below too. Thank you so much for being here and I will see you in the next one. Bye!